There's not a single episode of anything we've done that I don't like.
Wow. Thanks, man.
I went back and I listened to our first one the other day.
How was it?
It's like your first day at summer camp.
Yeah.
It's like you got energy. You're all over the place. You're not really sure who.
Explaining podcasts.
What am I doing here?
Wasn't that the first one? Explaining podcasts?
I think we explained podcasts, and then I listened. It naturally rolled right over into. Dang it, that word again. It rolled right over into Casey Neistat, and I'm just
Casey
laughing.
Second? And then Logan Paul was third, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so funny listening back to those.
Yeah.
They were so hot.
I wanted to say that. So hot right now.
So hot.
Neil, what are we talking about today?
Do you want to tell them right away?
Yeah,
Or do you want to
we
leave
can
them-
get
you
it
wanna
in
leave
less than a
guessing?
minute when we took 7 minutes on
This
that
is we are going to talk about who is the GOAT
LeBron or Jordan.
or Jordan. This is a highly debated hot topic. Hot pocket.
Hot pockets.
Yeah. This is going to be
Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, you can.
Never told anybody this.
What?
In 5th grade, we had to all make an invention.
Uh-huh.
Mine was called Remote Pocket, and it was a jeans pocket that you would Velcro onto the side of your chair so you could put your remote there, and so you didn't lose your remote.
That's brilliant. I thought you were going to say cold pockets, where it's really just ice
Cold
cream
pockets.
wrapped up in a.
Well,
That's
it's
kind of
a
an ice cream
popsicle.
sandwich.
It's a popsicle. That's what that is. Well, ice cream sandwich makes more sense.
It's funnier if you do say it like you're from the north. It's a popsicle.
Yeah. You guys want some soda sickles?
Where are you from, Montana? You're eating some popsicles?
Popsicles. I am
Sorry, all
Montana.
the Yellowstone listeners. That's how they talk in Montana.
He makes $1.2 million a year.
Popsicles.
By the way, did you know that?
Who does?
That is it's Kevin Costner. He makes $1.2 million per episode. I'm sorry. Did you know that?
Wow.
You know that the company that was it Paramount? Are they Paramount?
Paramount.
Yeah. They sold the rights to Yellowstone like a couple years ago to Peacock for because they needed the money, and Yellowstone wasn't like this huge. It was like just a smaller show.
Okay.
Nobody knew it was going to become what it is. It was right before the pandemic, and they sold the rights to them, and so Peacock is the streaming service that gets it whenever this could be like the money grab. They said Peacock said that every week that Yellowstone's on, they get like I don't know 50,000 new people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
And they lost the rights to it.
Thanks, Kevin.
It is these, and I heard why these streaming services, like what you're thinking, you knew that's the future of TV.
Yeah,
why would you sell the rights to TV shows? It's because these executives, if they're not thinking long term, they think, okay, I've got to meet my quarterly numbers. We have to make this much money. So it's an easy, there's an extra 10 million. Boom. We'll take it. Stockholders are happy, blah, blah, blah. But then in the long term, they're not playing they're not playing the infinite game.
Man. Oh, yeah.
Playing the finite game.
That would be a book we should.
Why don't we call it the finite game? Because infinite game?
Yeah. Infinite game.
We don't call it the infinite.
Infinite game. Speaking of which,
The finite game.
Red Notice. What?
Red Notice. Oh, we were going a different direction.
Yeah,
there.
we were.
I was going to bring it back to this. What's Red Notice?
Red Notice. They're filming 2 and 3 simultaneously.
We knew watching it. We're like, this is a trilogy.
They're the one thing that could make this better is more of it.
More rocks.
I like it. I love it. I want more of it. I don't know.
I try so hard, I can't rise above it. Don't know what it is, but the little gals love it. Together, like it. I love it. I want some more of it.
We almost hit the 1 minute mark of telling everybody what's going on.
Then we hard pivot
before we got Joseph in. Joseph,
hit him with the intro.
Save us from ourselves, Joseph.
Joseph is a modern day Tom Hanks. He saves us like he saves the box office.
Big.
Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Tyler and Neil Explain Everything podcast. Now officially your 4th favorite podcast. Hit the subscribe button and make sure you go to patreon.com/explain everything to get exclusive episodes. Looks like we made it.
Somebody right now has stumbled onto this podcast and they're like, wow, how have I lived without this? Yeah. And I just want you to know it is our goal to make sure that Tyler and I are your new best friends.
Yeah. We want to be your new best friends, and we want to create for you and build a safe space for you for this to be your new fourth favorite podcast. No, we're gonna keep you the smart. We're gonna keep you the smartest person in every room.
You are already smart,
but we want to keep it there because you know Austin. Hi, I'm Austin. He's studying. He's trying to beat you. He's like, I've got to beat them. I've got to be the smartest in the room. You're like, no, Austin. I listen.
Get back to your laboratory, Austin, and leave us alone.
You know, they get there twice as fast, right?
How?
How can they get twice as much knowledge in a half the time?
Patreon.com/splash.
They dive in head first. You'll hear the splash.
None of, I looked at you and I stroked out and didn't say any words. It's patreon.com/explain everything.
So good, man. Is that better than when I mumble through it? I was like mumble it out like they're like, what?
It's neither.
Is he
it's
what?
Neither. We are covering a topic that is of great debate.
Yeah.
This typically ends in heated conversations. If you watch First Take, if you watch almost anything
with Nick Wright,
oh my gosh,
he'll bring it up.
These guys, they argue about this constantly, and I don't think that anybody completely agrees. You and I may not agree. We don't even know how this is going to go.
Yeah, we haven't said.
We haven't decided who is the greatest of all time. Is it LeBron James or is it Michael Jordan?
Yep. Or
is it Matthew Dellavedova? I mean,
we definitely
he's got a ring.
We all knew it'd be a trilogy.
Okay. All right.
No, seriously, like you talk. Who was it? It was Amon Shumpert. He was on a radio show like a couple weeks ago, and he said, "Is this in your notes?"
No.
Okay, I'm not reading anything because Neil does notes. Tyler barely shows up.
No, we're great.
And yeah, wow, high pitched voice. He said the other day, he said LeBron is just excited that he's even being brought up in the because LeBron. A lot of people don't know this, but I remind them every other day.
Okay.
We graduated high school the same year. So he's 6 months older than me, but we're, of the same year, of the same, him and Zuckerberg. You want to say it's the most successful class of all time?
Okay.
Exhibits 1, 2, and 3.
And so, Courtney Cox Arquette has the same birthday.
She has the same birthday, but she's not the class of 03, bro.
Sorry.
Not the class of 03, homie. And, so we, well, who cares? I hate myself. I can't even keep this gig going. I'm the worst. Whatever.
No, it's you said
he grew up being in love with Michael Jordan, like obsessed, like we all did. Everybody in my generation, we all had Michael Jordan cards, Michael Jordan everything. Like that's what we wanted. He was especially if he played basketball. Yes, it was literally a statement.
Yes,
Space Jam, all of the above, and that's who LeBron idolized. And then he got into the league, and now he loves that he is in the conversation.
I bet he didn't think he could ever be. I mean, there was so much hype going into it.
He got a tattoo said "the chosen one" before he entered
after
everybody else called him that.
Everybody else called him that.
Hey, who else is the chosen one?
Who?
You're reading the books right now.
Oh,
that's one of Harry Potter's nicknames.
It's very interesting. So I'm on the third book right now. I am getting ready to start the Prisoner of Azkaban. Would you just eat? It was in your
lot of coffee grounds.
Yeah, coffee grounds. Chewing them up. Put them on the bottom of your shoe.
Thanks, French press. You put it on the bottom of your shoe, it's not your problem anymore. Put it on the ground.
The way we're going to do this is I'm going to argue on behalf of LeBron James. You can argue on behalf of, or present. We're not going to say argue. We're going to say we're going to present. Have we ever argued, you and I?
Never. We're pretty much the same person. You're just better in every way.
Sharing the same brain.
Yep.
So, and you're going to take Jordan, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the way we have this broken down is we're going to talk through some of the personal, some of the how they got there, some of the behind the scenes stuff of life, and then we're going to go through the stats and figures and details. Then we're going to go like head to head on some of the finer points of life, and then what they have built outside or off the court.
And then at the end, we're going to say who we think is better.
Yes. Now, I will say our 3v3 and our Will It Rock on this they could be my favorite of it. They're perfect. They're absolutely
We're
perfect.
actually going to play 3v3 basketball.
Yes.
So good.
This is going to be amazing.
So hot
right now. Get to play with these guys. All right. So you want to start off with Jordan?
No, let's start with LeBron.
You want me to start with LeBron?
Yeah.
All right.
Age before beauty.
I'm going to go through LeBron. That statement, just a kid from Akron.
Just a kid from Akron.
Yeah.
You know what Neil is? That was actually originally for Neil, but he didn't make the league because of the diabetes.
Yep. Well,
that was the only thing.
The pump gets in the way. So we said this in our episode on how to make money online as a content creator.
I thought I could let this pass, but I'm not going to be able to. You said the pump gets in the way.
Yeah.
Why don't they make a diabetes pump on a shoe like you're pumping your shoe up? Insulin. Yeah. Just think about it.
Yeah.
Neil, can you make that happen?
I've never injected myself in my foot.
Why not?
I don't think that's how it works. I don't think so. No, I don't want to.
Pray about it. All right, go.
Okay. Steph Curry, for all of the talk about both of these guys being from Akron. Yes, Steph Curry was born in Akron, but he was born at Akron City Hospital. LeBron James and I were born at Akron General Hospital.
Gotcha.
Very, very different.
You one of them city boys.
Yes. So
Here comes a General Hospital. Sorry, go ahead.
Shaq. So LeBron almost played football, but he hurt his wrist in his senior year of high school. The people that they say that he reminded them of and would have matched closely to in the NFL or in college football would have been
Terrell
Randy
Owens?
Moss.
Really?
Yeah, I mean Randy Moss is tall.
Oh, gotcha.
He had some bulk. When he was playing at Marshall, he did play at Marshall, right? Yeah, we were Marshall. Matthew McConaughey, Matthew Fox. Who else? We were Marshall.
I don't remember who else was in it. What was he in that class? Like he wasn't. No, that class died.
No. I was just saying
He wasn't part of like a new recruits.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. So he hurt his wrist in his senior year of high school, so he decided to not. He says if he did go to college, which he didn't, he got drafted straight out of high school. He would have gone to Ohio State.
Yeah,
to play.
He wears their stuff all the time.
All the time. So every time Ohio State plays that team up north in the football game every year, Why are you laughing at me?
That's funny.
Why? I don't understand. What you're not.
Neil, I think you're just like me, but then I realize you're obsessed with like a college team. Like,
wow,
I don't care about football that much.
Man.
Like, it's fine, but I just won't ever take time out of my schedule to pay attention to it more than an Instagram post. But you're like, and then like what 1 week a year, you replace all your M's with red X's in our text messages.
Yes.
And I just like,
You're welcome.
yeah, Neil's obsessed with that weird college.
That's called dedication, is what that's
Did you
called.
go there?
It's just called dedication.
Like I went to U of A for a specialist degree. I don't give two turds about it. Like I'm like, okay, cool. I don't care. I went to half of one football game in undergrad.
Yep.
Like I just don't care.
It's okay. I love the city and the state really rally behind it. But anyways, it was LeBron gives them
What state do you live in?
all of this. I was born here. I was raised here.
Where are
I
you
lived my whole
from,
life
Neil?
here. So he buys them all the swag, shoes, beats, extra stuff from Nike, all of it. He's amazing. He really is helpful. So he went to St. Vincent St. Mary in Akron. That was his high school. He was the first overall pick in 2003 in the 03 draft.
Yeah. Did you know that's rated as one of the top three drafts of all time? Because you got LeBron went first, Darko I think went second, and then Carmelo went third, and then you had Bosch I think went fourth. I could be getting these wrong. Wade was fifth. Yeah. And then you also in that draft, who else? Kyle Korver, he played 12, 13, 14 seasons. So Kyle Korver was in that draft. You had a couple, I think Luke Walton was in that one. But the main ones are those dudes, like the Bosch,
that's a
Wade.
Huge.
Chris Paul wasn't that. He was after. Chris Paul was after that. But you've got Bosch, Wade, LeBron, Carmelo. Those four alone are Hall of Famers. They're all Hall of Famers.
If he had entered in or had gone to college for a year and then entered into the draft the following year, the Rockets had the number one pick. They probably would have chosen him over Yao Ming, and he could have been in a totally different class. That 2004 was a
Yao
great
Ming
year as well.
Was drafted after LeBron.
Yeah, the year after.
Yao Ming looks like he's 80 years old, and LeBron's still in the league. Yeah. Bro, and here's the thing. You know why you think, oh, wow, that's got to be the number one. You do know what there's three that are always called like the top 3 years of the draft. One is that one. You know what another one is?
What?
Give you a hint. We're talking about him.
Oh,
the 84 draft, which would have been Jordan's year. It had Jordan, Clyde Drexler, I think Malone or Ewing were in it. Stockton, Stockton was the year after. But they're like all those bunch of those dudes were in that one. But neither of those are considered the number one year. Like if you actually look at the analytics, the win percentages, all that, the number one draft of all time, you know what it is?
No.
1996. Kobe, Iverson, Ray Allen, Steve Nash. You've got that whole group of the amount of wins they had. I think Stoudemire was in there.
Yeah, collectively.
It was insane, that draft. Okay, sorry.
Amazing.
Keep going.
That's okay. He was, obviously, he was that first overall pick. So he was actually homeless in high school for a while. His mom, she went to jail for about 14 days. His mom's name is Gloria. He bought her house. He takes care of mom now, but she committed petty crime. She was trying to provide for her family. He got taken in by the football coach because he was homeless for a while. He had a rough childhood. He missed 82 out of 160 days of the 4th grade.
Yeah, you're only allowed to miss 10 a semester.
Yeah, he missed them. What's crazy about that is that's actually as long as the NBA season is, or how many games they play.
That's true.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
He has 3 kids. He's got LeBron Jr.
All from the same mama?
Bronny. Yep.
All from the same mama.
He's
One
happily
gal.
married.
That's going to come into play later when we talk personal lives.
Happily married. He's got Bryce and Zuri. Chris Paul is Bryce's godfather because he was there at the hospital when he was born. I did not realize this. He's left-handed in life.
Really?
In everything. He's one of the few players, there's a bunch, he's left-handed in everything but learned to shoot righty.
Wow.
He wanted to not have it where I'm always going to go left.
That's smart.
And there's a bunch of other guys. I think Dirk is ambidextrous as well.
Oh, cool.
Which is crazy. Okay.
Crazy.
That's just some of the personal stuff for LeBron.
Okay. Well, I'm going to hit you with
He's
that Jordan.
36, right? Yeah, I think he's 36.
No, he just turned 37. His birthday's in December.
Yes, December 30th.
Yeah. So he's 6 months older than me. So that's how I remember.
That's great.
Class of 03. All right. So let's talk about Jordan, MJ. Like Mike. Okay. So one of the things you always hear about Michael Jordan, like, oh, he was cut from his high school team. He wasn't technically cut from the team. Yeah. He was put on the JV team.
Makes for a good story, though.
Does make for a great story. Man. Put it in the Space Jams. All right. He's in the intro. He was cut because they needed somebody taller. And then he had a growth spurt. His friend Leroy Smith was 6'7". You know Leroy. He was the second best player of all time. That's not true. Do you know this? When you think of Jordan, like you think of like, oh, the clothing, like Jordan shoes.
Yes.
Like his name, like even kids that never saw him play, they want to wear Jordans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They don't
like
even know why. Well, yeah.
Are known for that. Cultural He was like one of the first big like sports people to go like international with regards to sponsorships and merch. Like he was one of the biggest ones that said, hey, if I vouch for you, you can sell more and make more money. And so he got kind of like, I think really kicked off the sponsorship time, with regards to how they approach partnerships.
100%.
He almost signed with Adidas, but they couldn't match what Nike was offering. So,
which
did you
is
watch
a lot
King
of money.
Richard? Do you watch King Richard?
I haven't yet.
That's good. But there's a scene in there where they talk about sponsorships. He does have a degree from UNC. So if you want to talk about out of our players who has more college degrees,
okay.
my guy wins.
Okay.
Or I say the guy I'm representing.
What are his degrees in?
Cultural geography and intro to meteorology. He was going to be a weatherman.
That's right.
Yeah, he's going to be a weatherman. Fun fact.
His airness.
Wow. Could have gone that route.
Could have.
He is addicted to gambling.
Oh, yeah, it was bad.
He's addicted to gambling.
You told me this next fact.
Yeah, I did. This is actually a rumor. So one of the big rumors, everybody, famously Jordan, he was drafted in 84, and then I think it was the end of his 93 season. It was 94 season because it's 91, 92, 92. I think it was the end of the 94 season. He retired. Like, I don't know if you knew this. So I loved Michael Jordan. Yeah. I lived in Georgia. That's where I'm from. Just kidding.
Where do you
I lived
live
right
now?
outside of Atlanta.
Okay.
And I loved I was obsessed with Michael Jordan. I was like, it's so weird. So I loved Michael Jordan. And so my parents, they were like, you know what? We're going to surprise Tyler. And they bought me I think it was for my birthday. I have a summer birthday. They bought me tickets to go see the Hawks play
For
the Bulls.
real?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No joke. The day after they gave me my tickets for my present, he announced his retirement.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. So I went and saw them play. And my mom called to try to return the tickets, and they go,
I bet they weren't the only ones.
and they said that. They go, we've gotten a lot of these calls today.
Oh, my gosh.
And so we went. Also, fun fact, I was going into, I was going into 5th grade, and that's whenever I was up there and I was like, hey, what's the score? And my parents were like, look at the scoreboard. I go, it's all blurry. My mom handed me her glasses. I go, oh, okay.
No.
That's when I found out I had terrible eyes.
You didn't know you couldn't see.
No. So I played baseball and I didn't hit the ball a lot. I had to bunt all the time because I couldn't hit. Because when you bunt, you can wait till it gets close. You don't have to time it beforehand. You just wait and hit it. I bunted every play.
What's the score?
I found out I did a lot better the next year in baseball.
Yeah.
I could hit the ball.
Tyler.
So I found out. Thanks, Michael Jordan.
He's blind in one eye.
He's blind in both eyes, actually.
Almost got it.
So hot. Anyways, so he retired and kidding. This is too many stories, Tyler. And so he retired and then he came back a couple years, like a year and a half later, he came back mid-season, started playing with the Bulls, and then he won 3 more championships. And so it's like famously he retired. Now, there is a rumor, like a conspiracy theory, if you will.
I believe it.
On QAnon.com. I'm just kidding. I don't even know the website. There is a conspiracy theory that David Stern, who was the commissioner for the basketball league, actually under the radar suspended him because of gambling stuff.
Yeah.
Like either that he gambled maybe on a game or he was
he gambled on everything.
Like he literally in that The Last Dance,
Yeah.
it talks about him like the guys that were close to him, like he would gamble and so competitive, like rolling dice.
Yeah.
And that famous gif where the guy's like, shrugging like Jordan. And he talks about it, but it is it's a conspiracy that he was suspended under the radar for a couple of years.
And that's why I went and played baseball.
That's why I went and played baseball because he couldn't play basketball, and then he came back.
Honestly, though, if he'd just stuck with baseball, he'd have been amazing.
Yeah, I mean, he was a good. People are going, he wasn't any good. He was a good. It's hard to make.
Yep.
He was like, I think AAA. He got right underneath where you could go pro. Oh, it's just a stunt. Like he had a decent batting average.
Yeah,
he was like bases. Michael Jordan. He was tall, so we don't think how fast he was because looks like they're. It's like LeBron is extremely fast, but you don't think that because he's so tall.
He's big, and
so it's like on the bases, that dude was one of the fastest players out of every baseball player. He's like a 4.3, 4.4 easy.
Yeah.
On the 40. Like he was so
basketball
fast.
Quick.
And he was quick. Yeah, basketball quick. I always tell kids whenever they're younger, if they want to no matter what sport you want to play, I recommend starting out playing basketball and soccer because leg work is something that's important for everything. And so do that. Football, it's like you can be fast or strong and you can play almost every position but quarterback.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's my fault.
I can move it back over here.
It's okay.
Moving the mics. Magic on the mic. Nike alone has paid him over $1 billion. $1 billion. His endorsement deals are with
insane.
Coke, Nike, Gatorade. He split off Nike. It's in the Nike family, but it's called Jordan Brand. It's its own brand. Fun fact, one of his rookie cards, it was him dunking like the Jordan logo. I've got two of those.
I saw that yesterday.
He did on a video call.
I did.
He's been married twice. So this is where I made the comment earlier about saying I wasn't being like rude.
Sure.
I was just saying that he, like, one of the big things when we talk about these people, one of the arguments that gets brought up with LeBron is that he has been he married the girl he met in high school.
Yep.
Same wife. Like, they didn't get married right out of high school.
Yep.
But they've been together. They have 3 kids together. He has not been in any huge scandal. Like,
nope.
You look at their personal life, if we're comparing them, like LeBron, he is dedicated to this sport.
They work out together as a family.
Yeah, exactly. Like, he supports his kids. In Space Jam 1, it was about Michael Jordan and his announcement to come back to the NBA. With Space Jam 2, it's about family first. Like, that fits family. I wish Vin Diesel would have rolled up in there. I am Groot. So it's like, you look at him like LeBron's never had a huge scandal. Like, there's rumors of him and Rihanna when he lived in Miami. The hot Miami. So, but like, that's the thing. Like, he's never had a huge scandal. He's a family man. That's the thing. Like, I was trying to point out, like, that's something outside of it. When Jordan, outside of it, like, his first wife, there's rumors of infidelity. They split, he's remarried, which is, not, that happens.
Yeah.
But I say that infidelity, that happens. Divorce happens. And like this, I'm saying that one of the things to look at with LeBron is under all this pressure, all this stuff from the age, like Jordan was like, 21, 22 when he entered the league. And then it took him a year or two to be the best player. LeBron was on a Sports Illustrated cover in high school.
I went to his games.
Did you really?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
In high school. ESPN was there.
That is incredible.
We went to his games.
From 11th grade, not a senior, 11th grade as a, 16, 17-year-old.
Yep.
He has had more pressure on him. I'm pretty confident in who I am. I've been a pretty moderately decent person. I would be a dumpster fire trash bag of a human. If I would have crumbled. Any normal person would have crumbled under that amount of pressure.
Yep.
Like, Jordan literally retired twice because of the pressure of winning and playing.
It's too much.
It is. He has had that pressure, and he has
before social media.
Before that, with Jordan, LeBron came out, that was in the midst of Facebook era. Like 2 to 3 years in, Facebook comes out. Like, everything is scrutinized, 24 hours news cycles. You can't control narratives. Like, people didn't know about Jordan's gambling issues publicly because they didn't talk about it on ABC, NBC, CBS. Like, everybody knows everything about all things because of social media. And say what you want about LeBron. It is incredibly impressive the kind of man he is, how he supports the black community, how he supports other people, how he lifts up other organizations, charities, what he does for education, I Promise School, his family. I am so impressed with who he is as a human being. Yeah. And if you say you don't like LeBron because his tweets or whatever, you're garbage. No, you're not garbage. I'm sorry. You are being very narrow-minded in how you're rating who he is as a person because you disagree with him politically. Look at him as a person. Look at him as he is a human being, as a man. He is extremely impressive under the amount of scrutiny. How he talks to the media, how he puts up with criticism. You want to know, you think, oh, my life's hard. If people are mean to me, they said mean things kind of about me. Go to his Twitter. Anything he doesn't matter if it's about anything like controversial. If he just says, great job, blah, 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 click on that tweet and look at the replies he sees directly by the thousands. So rude. So like, it's just, it baffles me how one man can put up with all that junk and still come out a decent.
He's got a good filter.
He really
doesn't let that stuff.
Jordan isn't even on social media.
Yeah.
He has no idea. He doesn't put up with comments and tweets and like, well, as he chooses, he's above it. No, he's not. He does not want to. He said he's famous for saying, Republicans buy shoes too, so he didn't want to make them mad.
Jordan crying meme.
Oh, I'm sorry. I got hype. I just get hype about look at somebody holistically as a person. Like, he's a good dude. Yeah. And we want to, the biggest controversy he's ever had is the decision. When he went on and he made a big debacle about going to Miami, he was 24, 25 years old. He was told by producers, this is great. It'll be huge. We can make money. All the money went to charity to do this. And then Cleveland wants to get mad that their town is crap and nobody wants to live there.
They lost their
They burned his job. I'm like, look, have a better city. Sorry, Ohio. I'm sorry, Neil.
It's okay.
Sorry, Ohio. Be better. Why does it have to be so cold all the time? That's your fault. Oh my gosh.
Global warming.
And here's the thing. He didn't choose to live there growing up. He did not choose to go there for his first job. Yeah. Can you imagine if you get out of college, you want to be a teacher? I want to be a high school teacher. Okay, great. Guess what? The worst school in the country gets their first choice at you. If you have to live there for 4 to 8 years, you can't go anywhere else.
Cleveland was bad. It's bad.
I'm sorry.
That city has idolized him.
Yes, absolutely.
But they turned on him. And so this is Cleveland sports in general. There are people that listen to this that will know. Cleveland sports in general are the most fickle fans I have ever seen.
Yeah.
They are for you 1 minute. And then honestly, if you're not the Cleveland Browns, if you're not doing well in the first quarter, they'll start booing you. Yeah. It's bad. So when they tore that mural down, when the city just went crazy and lost it, it's not because they didn't like LeBron. It's because they were hurt. Yeah. They're like, you were one of us. You left us. And honestly, they were right. He was the only hope they ever had of getting a championship. So when the owner of the Cavs wrote the letter, the open letter responding to us like, you are a horrible human. He's like, we will win one without you. We don't need you. We never need you. I was like, dude. Now,
they did need him, and they did win because
I was mad, but I was hurt. I was like, what, dude, we will have no chance if you leave.
No. You had no chance if he stayed.
Yeah.
That's what, looking in retrospect, that was the smartest thing he ever did because it gave him 3 to 4 years, 4 years of being the worst team in the league, getting Kyrie, getting Anthony Bennett.
Better players. Oh, gosh.
Getting Wiggins at the end, which they swapped for
Tristan
Kevin Love.
Thompson, all these guys.
Because they were terrible.
Yeah. So I agree. Also, what I think, too, is I think LeBron had to leave to go learn how to be on a winning team.
Yep. How to work with other winners. Yes.
So I was okay with that. Now, what I didn't like, this was really hard. When he was there after they won the championship, and he's like, are we going to win one? Are we going to win 2? How many are we going to win? I was
talking about Miami?
Yeah.
He was 25. Think of you at 25.
Oh, I don't know 25, what I'm doing.
I said so.
Now, he doesn't do that anymore.
No,
he doesn't. He's very
more
calculated. He's very, sorry, we're talking about Jordan.
Okay, sorry. So he's been married twice. He had 3 kids with his first wife, and then he remarried in 2013. It was the biggest payout in a divorce. His first one, $168 million is what she got paid. That is the highest payout for a celebrity to that point in history. Back in whatever year he got remarried in 2013. So I guess it was a couple years before that. He has identical twins with his new wife. He was actually the first billionaire athlete. Became a billionaire in 2014, followed by Tiger Woods, who later lost it because, your boy went out for chicken nuggets when he had a steak at home.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, you guys, hear what happened to Tiger? Yeah, he went out for chicken nuggets. He had a steak at home.
Can you talk about LeBron? I got to use the restroom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about LeBron's feelings.
Yes. Okay. His feelings. Okay, I could do that. What we're going to do is we're going to go through stats and things like that, and we'll get to that in a little bit. The thing that I didn't really hit on a whole lot is his investment in his son. I cannot imagine the amount of pressure that... Wait a minute, I almost forgot. What am I doing here? I'm so sorry. It's Tinkle time with Tyler. Tyler's not here right now. Now, I will tell you, I can't tell you ahead of time. What we're going to do is we're going to debate this thing out and see which one is the GOAT, who really is the GOAT. Now, I think I know which way Tyler's going to vote on this one, and I may shock you. I may shock you in the way that I actually vote in this one. LeBron is so committed to helping his son, Bronny, or LeBron Jr. Bronny is, he's 14 years old. He is a phenom. Like, this kid has got, as far as the DNA to be a great basketball player, he has that. But what you don't realize is the level of coaching, the level of support, the level of encouragement that you get from LeBron being your dad, I think we cannot undervalue that. It is extremely important. So I'm proud of the way he is a family man, but is invested in his kid. And he has a dream of being able to play. Sorry.
Being able to play with his son.
Yeah, being able to play
and
with his
I think his contract ends with the Lakers when his son is able to be drafted into the league. I think he's got like 2 more years.
Yep.
And so, like, think about this. You're going to get, now, again, he is getting older, but apparently he is immortal and he never gets any worse.
Apparently.
And he has done he has reinvented his game a couple times, and he's hitting that 3.
Yep.
He can't guard his step back 3. Like, he's really reinventing himself to play in this league for a long time.
Longer. Yep.
And I think if you're looking to draft, you may have like Bronny. Say Bronny's the 5th best player in the draft, but you know that as soon as you draft him, LeBron is going to sign with your team.
Oh, Lord.
Bro. And
I would sign him.
I mean, you think about this too. Like, think of how many
ticket sales.
These oh my gosh, not only ticket sales, like having LeBron as a guide, as a mentor, you and even as a winner. Like, that dude is a winner when it comes to the like everything. And he can drag a 4 weekend at Bernie's through a playoff series, which he did in Cleveland.
Yeah. Oh, he did.
Yeah.
He did. Also, an apology to our listeners on our last episode that just aired by the time we're filming this one. We did talk a lot about Betty White. And when we filmed that one, we didn't know that Betty would not be with us anymore.
Yeah.
Also, the weekend at Bernie's jokes about Betty White. We did not know that any of this
did we didn't make it about did we make it about her?
No, but it was
in the same
connected.
episode.
It was in the same episode.
So, I used to blog and I'd like
called
post
that one.
We called it, which unfortunately, which we didn't want to.
No, we
don't like being right. No. So, I used to do a blog.
No, we do.
And I'd post 5 days a week, and like every morning I have it posted. Sometimes I get ahead, so I'd have it like auto post. I used to do a thing called letters to famous people, where I'd write letters to famous people, and I would kind of mock them, like joke. Oh, thank you, by the way. And I would like make jokes. Sometimes I'm like mocking them. Sometimes I'm not. I wrote one to Steve Jobs. And I wrote it, and then like I ended up like replacing that day's post, so I just put it in my like archive. And then I didn't have a post for one day, so I was like, I'll just set that to post at 6 a.m. No. I found out at 8 a.m. he died.
Oh my!
And I like had to go back later and go, disclaimer, I wrote this 3 weeks ago. I just found out today. I posted a letter to him. So, and literally for the next 100 days or next 100 posts on letters, when I posted about somebody, they passed away.
Wow!
I was cursed.
That's why
I wrote the book, to keep them alive forever. Snooki is
letters to famous people.
Okay.
About the
Sorry, where are we at? How far did you
NBA timeline? Let's talk about the NBA timeline, because you need to know when they played. So you could tell about Jordan.
So Jordan put up 15 seasons. He started in 85, so he was drafted in 84.
Yep.
He went in, and we say the year, that's like the end of that season.
Yeah.
So he played to the end of the 85 season, so that was the end of that, was his first year. He played until, and I'm going off memory here, I could be wrong, I'm sorry. It was I think it was 94. At the end of 93, 94, he retired the first time. After a year and a half, came back mid-season in like 95, I think. 96 was his first full year. He won in 96, 97, 98. No. 96 to 96. It's so weird, because that's one thing I hate about basketball, is that it rounds the year.
Yeah.
So it's like you're trying to say the year, but there's an end or start. At the end of the 99 season, that's what The Last Dance was about. They were finishing up their second three-peat. He retired again. Then he came back, what?
We've talked about why Jordan did The Last Dance.
Oh, yeah. Did you already say it?
No, I haven't.
When I was going to the restroom?
You could say it.
He's had that footage for 20 years. You're like, oh, he filmed that in 99, 98, 99?
Yeah.
Why'd he just release it now? He called and decided to release it when he saw LeBron on the bus in Cleveland in the championship parade.
Yeah.
And he thought, I need to remind people that I'm the greatest who ever lived.
Yeah.
And he put it out there.
I mean, he's competitive.
He is.
I'll give him that.
Jordan is the most competitive. And LeBron's competitive too. He just handles it different than Jordan does.
Yeah, they do.
Jordan is like, cut your throat competitive. LeBron's like, let's get a team together, let's move forward. Like, it's just different. But he did that. 15 seasons. He came back. A lot of people like to try to erase this part of Jordan's history.
Yeah.
He came back for a couple years to play with the Washington Wizards. And he did that because he wanted to, he was wanting to get into ownership, and there was like a way that he thought he could come back. He could become like a part owner of the Wizards, and it didn't end up working out that way. He was still great. And he was like 40, 41, something like that.
Yeah.
He was older,
Yeah.
but he's still like one game, he had his lowest performing game of his career. He had like 6 points. He came back the next game, scored like 50.
Yeah.
Like the next game, like
Say it like that again.
50. I'm 50.
There it is.
Yeah, that's probably how he ended it. But yeah, he came back, played for the Wizards for a couple years.
Yeah.
And this is the crazy thing. Jordan, like they talk about like Bird and Magic, their rivalry, it saved basketball in America because it like popularized the sport, gave them something to root for. We like to say we don't like the same team getting to the Super Bowl every year. We don't like, but we do. We love consistency. We love stuff we're comfortable with. We don't like a brand. Who's Giannis? Well, who's this guy? Who's this guy? We don't want to learn a new favorite player every year. It takes us a long time to transition from who we want to watch. Okay. So Bird Magic saved it for America. They say Jordan made basketball international. And then he tied in the sponsorships, which sponsorships, while they promote that player, also promote the sport. If your mom's on there and say, who's that man on that commercial for Heinz?
Yeah.
That's Michael Jordan, Mom. What does he do? Is he from Shelter Insurance? Is he on Law and Order SVU? No, mother. He's a basketball player.
Your mom is
popularizing the sport. And then LeBron has driven the sport since then. Now, here's the deal. You've got in the Curry as well, but you've got the year Jordan retired for good in 2003. That is the year that LeBron started playing, was in the fall. Jordan retired. They never overlapped.
Yeah.
Kobe and Jordan overlapped for several years.
Yeah.
You know, the end of his career was the start of Kobe's. Kobe started in 96, so they have a few years. There's clips of them playing against each other. And, you know, it was like a big brother to him. You can watch that. You could see Iverson cross over Jordan. You know, yes, there's an age thing, but they played against each other. We never got to see LeBron and Jordan actually play each other.
Yeah.
That's what's kind of cool about that last Super Bowl. You had Brady, who is like the greatest of all time quarterback, versus Mahomes, who is the upcoming like next on the throne. You think like he's the only one that has a chance because he's so incredible and he started out young. These two, like you got to see them actually. How cool would it have been to see a Jordan LeBron finals? We'd never stop talking about it.
No,
we would bring it up as like a main player in this.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Even if one of them was like 42 and the other was like 18.
Okay, that'd be all right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. LeBron played for 19 seasons so far. So he started in 04. It's 2022 right now.
Yeah.
I believe he's got at least 3 more years left in him.
Oh, he's got 5.
But it's barring a major injury. I'm talking like 3 years as the premier player on the team.
Well,
he could do.
Some would say AD is right now when he's playing well, but yes, you're right.
Yeah, he
as a number 1, number 2. Sorry.
Yeah, I think he has maybe 5 being okay. He's not necessarily coming off the bench. He's not the.
He'll have a 6-man stage. He'll be what Carmelo Anthony is right now for the Lakers.
Yeah.
LeBron will be that, I guess, in like minimum 3, like you said, minimum 3, probably 5-ish.
Yeah.
And then he's still got a few years after that.
No one else has done this. Like his longevity.
This amount of his prime, the amount of years he's been the best player in the league has never been done.
It normally falls off way before this. So he is the way that Tom Brady takes care of himself, LeBron takes care of himself.
Yeah.
He absolutely does. So playoff appearances.
He says he spends $2 million a year just for his body.
Yeah, and why wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. It's in that. In athletics, yes, your brain, but also your body. You can't do anything without your body.
Hey, whatever he's spending, I won't spend $6 on an app.
Yeah,
but
Conor McGregor came out and said that he's like, I saw him doing this. I don't know. That's my best at Conor McGregor. He was like, I don't spend $1. I eat pizza.
And then
so he started investing in himself, and then he lost like 8 times in a row.
Yep, too bad.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Playoff appearances, they are LeBron has the edge in this one.
Yeah, Jordan only has 13.
LeBron's got 15.
Yep.
The only reason why LeBron has more is because he has played more seasons than what Jordan did.
Yeah.
I honestly think at that what you're going to notice a few things on the rest of the stats, like All-Star games. It's not even there either.
No, and LeBron's already passed him in total points.
Yes. So this is where the numbers get a little bit skewed because if they had the same amount of seasons, you could look at it apples to apples.
But here's the deal. You can't, like, if you do that, we're like, I had a player could have played one season and had great stats. And you're like, well, then they're the greatest ever because if we had played 30 years. Longevity.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
And commitment. Like the fact that LeBron has never retired, the fact that he has not had, knock on wood, had a crazy injury that has put him out for 2 years. Like Klay Thompson just played his first game in 2.5 years because of 2 injuries. Like, that plays into it.
Yeah.
Like longevity, taking care of yourself, having the mental fortitude to do it. Like it is hard to be a winner year after year. Michael Jordan the greatest competitor of all time, retired. My brain is falling apart.
No, I say go.
Retired twice in a career.
Yeah.
It's like that plays into it.
It's a lot. It's a lot mentally. So their stats on regular season, points per game, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, turnovers, minutes per game, field goals, 3 points, 3-pointers, and free throws, they are fairly even on most of these.
Yeah.
Where I would say that Jordan beats LeBron is in free throws, definitely. And I think also steals, he definitely beats him there.
In points per game, 3 points per game, 30 and 27.
That's a big deal.
Difference.
Yeah, that's about so Jordan is 30.1 points per game, LeBron is 27. Where LeBron beats him is on the rebounds assist side. And
which he's a pass first player anyways. He can get buckets when he needs to.
He definitely does that. So let's see if we go down.
LeBron has a higher 3-point percentage than Jordan. Did you say that?
Oh yeah,
you did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which is kind of wild. Let's think about that. LeBron James has a high, but that's because he has been focusing on it these last 2 years, that he's getting way better.
And here's another thing people like to LeBron rests. He's resting, blah, blah, blah. LeBron, if you talk about like average minutes per game, like Jordan is at 38.3. LeBron's only at 38.2. He's 1/10 of a minute less than Jordan on average.
Overall.
So like if he's in the game, he plays. Now, you will notice like LeBron on defense sometimes he'll kind of stand around a little bit. He won't switch on screen. It's because he's trying to preserve his energy. He doesn't jump in there for rebounds because if you jump in for rebounds, you come down on an ankle.
Right. Yeah.
You twist that ankle. I've done that. I've come down, twisted, and thought I snapped it.
I thought the worst. It broke. It just sprained it, but I thought I just broke my leg.
Me too.
It's the terrifying sound.
Yeah. And you see it and it just puffs up. I did that. I was like, I'm out.
Yeah. So when it comes to games, LeBron has him in this. So it's 1,072 for Jordan. LeBron's got 1,331 right now. Like that's definitely points. He's way above.
Jordan, he's 3,000 above. Is he second yet? He's beaten Malone, right?
The only person he has ahead of him
is Kareem.
Kareem said he will go to that game. He's close. Will he get it this season?
No.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar does not like LeBron James.
Does he not?
No, he's not a fan.
I know he made a comment recently about it, but I thought he was okay with it.
He does it for the he tries to be or like act like in general like I'm gonna be kind of nice to him and cordial or whatever, but he said when he breaks that record I will be at that game. I'll go there, which is like if you think like points we want to talk about, like that's the big record. Like Steph said, making all-time threes, breaking that was a big deal to him. Everything else, it's like cool, but this is a big one. So when it comes to rebounds and assists, it's not even close. LeBron has got that by thousands.
Yeah, he's almost double him on assists.
Yeah. Now that's because LeBron is a pass and he does. Yeah, for sure. Blocks, they're fairly even. Steals fairly even.
Well, but LeBron's got Jordan. Here's the thing with all these stats. LeBron's still go up.
Right.
Jordans are stuck. He's beating him on blocks. Jordan will never beat him on blocks.
Right. Yeah. He's never going to.
You talk about steals, LeBron's 500 steals behind Jordan. He could beat that.
He could beat that. Turnovers is the interesting one. Jordan didn't turn it over. 2,924. LeBron is at 46.
But he's got more seasons.
Yeah. So that number is going to go up.
I'd love to see the per game average for those two.
Oh my gosh.
On turnovers.
The minutes played is interesting. Jordan's at 41,000. LeBron's at 50,000, almost at 51,000.
And you got to think too, that's including all these playoff runs. LeBron's getting 16 extra games a year minimum.
So much.
Because he's in every playoffs.
This is where you're going, okay, body of work stats. These are interesting.
Now keep in mind, when we say MVP, championships, all this stuff, you can't look at it like this is not tennis where it's I was a great tennis player. I'm one person.
Oh yeah.
You got to remember, these are one guy on a 5-man team. Right. Okay. This is more of a team sport than almost any sport you could think of. Yeah. You are a team, you're working together like football. Oh, that's a team sport. You don't play at the same time as your defense. There's essentially two different teams out at the same time. You're sitting here thinking they're playing one. They have different teammates. The league was different back then. It's a 3-point league now. It wasn't a three. The amount of people want to bring up fouls, what was allowed, what was not. You also got to think through their competitors. LeBron, for not including the last 2 years, he's going up against the Warriors, one of the greatest teams in the history of the game. You're squinting your eyes like you disagree.
No, I was just holding back.
It is one of the great. They're one of the greatest teams of all time.
You're right. Yeah, I'm
name a team that could have beat Kevin Durant Warriors.
Actually, did you see the stat that came out the other day?
No.
They said that when Katie was on, they would have beat is it the 96 Bill?
96 Bulls is good comment. They're the ones that had the single season win record.
That they said that Steph Curry came out and said when Katie was on our team, we could have beat.
Yes,
those 90,
they could have.
And I agree.
No, there's no question. Look, because you got to look at matchups. Okay, who was the point guard? Oh my gosh, the white dude. What was his name? The white Tony? No, that's not Tony Kukoc. Kukoc, which is Kukoc going to compare with Durant?
No, there's no
the greatest.
chance.
Steph is going to dominate his point
Even
guard.
the Utah Jazz back in the day, back then,
Pippen and Clay.
There's no way.
Pippen and Clay.
Yeah.
You'd put Clay on Jordan, which Jordan would take him on offense, but then Clay's hitting threes and Jordan he doesn't have to drive. Clay can take one step and shoot. He doesn't have to dribble.
Yeah.
Like he had a 6
that Bulls team was incredible,
but
I think they still would have been
match them up.
Yeah, they would.
It doesn't match up.
No, yeah.
And Michael Jordan's one man, and you're sticking Clay on him, who's
Which
one of the
always
best defenders.
bothers me that Katie left, but
I wish he'd have stayed with the Warriors and they would have won 1,000 championships. But
won
whatever.
So here are the championships. Jordan has won 6. LeBron has won 4.
Correct.
Do you want to take one alternate?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
MVPs. And this is like single season, not finals MVP, because Jordan has 6 and LeBron has 4. They've all won MVP every year they've won a championship.
Right.
LeBron almost won it. He was in the talks of winning it the year he lost the championship to the Warriors in 2016.
Yep.
The season MVPs, Jordan has 5, LeBron has 4. And again, revision history, Shaq should have had more, LeBron should have had more.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah.
Finals MVP. Oh, we did talk about it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Jordan's 6 out of 6. Every time he got there, he got it. LeBron's 4 out of 4. Every time he won it, he got it.
It makes sense. Those numbers definitely match.
Your all NBA team, that's like out of the NBA, who would be the starting 5? We put together the perfect team.
Yep.
Jordan has been on 11. LeBron has been on 17.
And I think that's because of longevity.
Well,
he's had way more chances.
He's had more. If Jordan would have not retired, but then again, that's Jordan's fault for retiring, unless it was a gambling thing, which is still his fault. All defensive team. Jordan has 9. LeBron has 6.
Jordan was way better on.
He put it out day in and day out. Like LeBron will check out a little bit on defense to reserve energy.
Yeah.
All-star appearances. Jordan has 14. LeBron has 17. And scoring, and LeBron's about to get 18 this year. Scoring titles, Jordan has 10, LeBron has 1.
Which is interesting. Yeah, that's the biggest difference in these outside of that all NBA.
Yeah, but then again, like Iverson never won a championship. He has scoring titles. Scoring titles mean you score. Like LeBron's a pass first guy. Yep. That's what he would say.
So Jordan, we already said this. Jordan went a perfect 6-0 in the NBA Finals. Never needed a game 7 to win those series. He never went past game 6 in any of them. So LeBron has gone 4 for 6 in his finals appearances. So you've got as a Cavalier, as a Miami Heat, and as a Los Angeles Lakers.
Okay.
Now this is what people say is that LeBron shrinks in the big games.
That's not true.
It's definitely not
true at all.
His postseason numbers are more impressive. His postseason stats are more impressive and higher in every category than they are during the regular season.
Yep.
I love how he
elevates.
So you know how he goes to 0 dark 30?
Yeah,
mode?
he turned off all social media.
Absolutely love that.
So cool.
It's like he takes good care of himself during that. He's like, I know that is going to be a distraction, and he goes dark on.
Hey, here's the thing, because if you talk to anybody about this, they're always going to say Jordan was. That finals.
That one.
In the finals. 6 for 6, MVP, blah, blah, blah. You got to look at who LeBron played, who Jordan played. Okay.
Yeah.
Like he didn't go up against the Warriors.
Yep.
He didn't go up against then again,
repeatedly.
Dirk won. That's impressive. Yeah. But there you go. Come on, LeBron. It's Dirk.
Yeah.
But here's the stat they leave out. First round of the playoffs. How many times has Jordan gotten knocked out in the first round of the playoffs?
Oh, I don't know.
3. Wow. 3 times he's lost in the first round. How many times has LeBron got knocked out in the first round?
He has.
14-0.
Wow.
He has never lost in the first round of the playoffs. He only missed the playoffs, 1 year with the Lakers and 1 year with the Cavs?
Yeah.
Like his first year with the Cavs and his first year with the Lakers, he missed out. After that, they realized, hey, he's the greatest player in the world. Let's build a team around him. It's fun. You know what's fun is watching clips of Cavs players talking about LeBron joining their team. Like, oh, I think he'll be a good role player. I think he'll be a good asset to the team. Guys you've never heard of that are like,
so funny.
I'm the best player on the worst team.
Idiots.
And they're like, oh, and then they realize very quickly, like, oh, wow, he's better than all of us.
Yeah.
Mo Cheeks.
Jordan.
Sorry.
Jordan finished number 1 in the league 3 times in steals.
That's cool.
LeBron has never taken a steals title because he doesn't. He's not that guy.
Well, that's the thing though. Like
Jordan could strip that ball off you so fast.
But Curry is like always leading the league in steals, but they still say he's a bad defender. It's because that's the thing. They don't value steals like that. And Jordan's were like one-on-one steals. Curry's are like pass across the lane steals. So
both of them were rookie of the year. All NBA first teams. We already talked about that one. This is interesting. Olympic medals. They both have 2.
Yep.
They both wore number 23 in their career.
Well, it's because LeBron loved Jordan and he wore 23.
Yeah. You know, there was only one game. There was one game where Michael Jordan did he have to wear number 45?
Now, he wore 45 when he came back from his first retirement, but then he wasn't playing well, so he switched to 23. 45 was actually the number he wanted because his brother wore 45, but whenever he went to high school, he couldn't get it because his brother had it, so he cut 45 and a half. 22 and a half, round up to 23. And that's why he had it.
He wore a number 12 jersey for one game.
Yep.
Because somebody snuck in
playing against the Orlando Magic
and stole his jersey.
Somebody stole his jersey. They went through these stands looking for people wearing like Jordan jerseys because you go anywhere.
Anywhere.
You wear Jordan jerseys, but Jordan's 6'6", so you need a pretty big jersey.
Yeah.
So they couldn't find it, so they gave him number 12. Now, the only thing that commemorates that game against the Orlando Magic of him wearing number 12 is a 1990 NBA Hoops basketball card of Sam Vincent. Have you heard this? Have I told you this?
You've told me this.
Sam Vincent, who played for the Orlando Magic, had a basketball card where he's like dunking it. And he's dunking it on a guy standing there looking at him. It's Michael Jordan wearing number 12. It is the only thing. And they actually redid Sam Vincent's card after that. But that card is like that card, the 2 Jordan cards, and then the Mark Jackson card are the only 4 cards from that set they're the worth the most out of that set. That one's because of number 12 for Jordan. Jordan because, greatest player of all time which we're deciding right now.
We're deciding.
Mark Jackson is worth money. Do you remember those twins or those brothers that killed their parents? Was it Hernandez or Menendez?
Yeah, Menendez.
Was it Menendez?
Yeah.
You can see them on the front row of the Knicks game in the Mark Jackson card.
No way.
It was before they killed their parents, and they're sitting on the front row.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's why that card's worth. I've got all 4 of those cards.
You do?
Yeah.
So these are the only 2 players in the history of the NBA to win an NBA championship, be the finals MVP, be the regular season MVP, and win an Olympic gold medal all in the same year.
Yep.
They're the only 2 to ever do it.
They're also never mind, that's not a stat. Go ahead. I was going to say it and I was like, nope, that's Kawhi Leonard.
Pretty cool. They were pretty cool.
Yeah. LeBron has won a championship for 3 different teams and been finals MVP for 3 different teams. Jordan only ever did that with 1 team.
Wow. Okay.
So he bounced, he's stuck with it. Whatever. There's debates on that.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard has done that. He did that with the Spurs and he did that with the Raptors.
Yeah.
And so he's been finals MVP championship.
What are his odds at the
too.
Clippers?
Well, he's got to come back. That'll help. He's been out for a minute.
He has to play.
He has to play.
So LeBron outside the court, he is part owner of the Boston Red Sox. He's in something called the Fenway Sports Group. He's partial owner of the Liverpool Premier League and Roush NASCAR team.
Yep.
At Nike, when he was 16 years old, he went over to the Adidas sports camp wearing Nikes.
That's commitment.
When he went over to Nike's All-American camp, he wore Adidas.
Smart man.
To just get them to haggle back and forth over him. So he is a part owner in Epic Games. He's part owner in Spring Hill Company, which is worth $725 million. He also has a contract with Beats. They paid him $31 million to wear them occasionally. That's all he has to do.
That's awesome.
Wear them occasionally.
Yep.
Space Jam, New Legacy made. He's paid $31.6 million. I don't know that movie made that much at the box office, but he was paid $31.6 million.
Yeah, I did.
This is the thing that I think I'm most proud of is the I Promise School is public school in Akron, Ohio for at-risk youth. It's just like it's incredible. The Nike complex, the LeBron James complex that they just built for him. Have you seen pictures of it? It's on his Instagram. It looks like something out of it's the most futuristic thing. He was there, like just bawling his eyes out when he got to walk through it and see it when they unveiled it.
I love that.
It is they're given a certain amount of money to education on his behalf.
Scholarship and all these kids to college whenever they graduate.
Like that is just, I love that side of LeBron James. The on the court stuff is good, but what he makes you proud of off the court. Now, is he perfect? No, he's not. And I'm not expecting him
But put somebody under a magnifying glass for over half their life.
Yeah.
You're going to see a lot of imperfections in a lot of people.
Yep.
You forgot Blaze Pizza.
No, I did.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's okay. I'll allow it since you did all the other work.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I hit the court. Jordan. So outside the court with him, he essentially changed the marketing, merchandise game, sponsorship.
Completely.
He was the first big sponsor. The ones we know him for are Nike, which obviously rolled into Jordan with his logo. Then you've got, he's a part owner of the Charlotte Bobcats, Haynes, Coca-Cola, McDonald's. He's been at all those when he was playing. It was the Hornets, then the Bobcats. What is it?
Bobcats, and then he named it. The first thing he did when he got bought into the partial ownership,
switch it back
to the Hornets.
Yeah, it makes sense.
The Bobcats. Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but on One Tree Hill, that's who Nathan Scott went and played for. Were the Bobcats.
Really?
A lot of
I
people
didn't
don't
know that. No, I didn't know that.
Do you like Hornets or Bobcats more?
Hornets.
Yeah. I love that LaMelo Ball's. I like LaMelo Ball.
Yeah.
And I like that he's playing with Jordan. And a lot of people are like, oh, he's terrible as an owner. I think LeBron will like go into ownership of a team.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he gets out. He's talked about it.
He's talked about it. Yeah.
He donated his first year Wizards salary to 9/11 relief efforts. And that's the thing. Like,
that's pretty
he's
cool.
like he's the first player that I think ever made more from sponsorships than he did from the league. And he got paid a lot, especially his last years in the league.
Big time.
Yeah.
Do we want to? You want a 3v3?
I want to
rock, and
actually.
then do we want to?
Do we want to Will It Rock first or 3v3?
Whichever one you want to
do.
do.
We Will It Rocked first last time.
We did. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's rock because 3v3 is better. Save it.
The question on everyone's mind: will it rock? The answer is probably yes.
Okay, this will be an easy one.
Okay.
How do you want to say this?
How would they interact if they played together? Okay,
Oh
so let's start with LeBron. LeBron, he's a big team guy. He's going to bring people in. He'll make passive aggressive comments.
The Rock
to the
is
media.
a show pony.
Yeah, he's going to be in front of the camera too.
Spotlight the entire time.
Yep, and LeBron,
he would have in his contract. I shouldn't have to go for layups.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have to do any of the stuff.
They both post about their workouts though, so they would get together on that.
Yes.
And then I could just see you remember LeBron and Shaq played together, but it was near the end of Shaq's career.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And so it wasn't the same as there's this picture I have of Shaq falling over and roly-polying and LeBron, get up, Shaq.
Trying to get him up.
So funny. But I think that'd be fun. He would try to incorporate The Rock. It'd be like a Dwight Howard situation. Stand around, make some rebounds, don't expect the ball too much. Do your best, Tristan Thompson. You know what I'm saying?
Just you're trying.
Now, Jordan would be more interesting to see.
Oh,
Jordan is
I think
notorious. The what?
I think he'd be irate.
He would. Remember, Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face. I don't foresee him punching The Rock in the face. He picks Steve Kerr, the 6-foot white guy who looks like he works out never a clock in the face.
He works for the Gap.
Yeah. It's actually, he's the coach of the championship team.
Okay, I'm sorry. Apologize.
Put some respect on his name. Put some respect on my name. So
yeah, I think they would both handle that totally different.
No,
I think Jordan would be furious.
He'd be like, get rid of him.
Yeah,
evil guy from space. You know that. Remember the guy in Last Dance, the guy that he didn't like, that he conflicted with. I can't remember his name. Not Ray Kroc. That's McDonald's.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
If you look at a picture of him with the guy who was the bad guy from Space Jam, they're the same guy.
Way.
Yes, he modeled
subtle.
Yeah, subtle. He put that guy as that guy, and they hated that guy.
That's
it's so
hilarious.
funny. So awesome.
All right,
nailed it.
We're doing this.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, pal. This is 3v3.
All right, we can get this. If we do this right, we can get this in under an hour.
No chance. Okay,
we can
let's
do
go.
this 100%.
So this is an actual three-man.
This is the first time we've done this.
I know, a real basketball game. We should do this more often. Okay,
we should.
So how do we decide? I think we got to decide who gets first pick. You know what? No, you can have first pick, Neil.
You're going to let me do this?
You can have first pick. Do you want
we're
LeBron?
Picking one of these two, right?
You're
we're
picking
one.
I mean, yes.
Okay.
We'll take turns picking one of these two, and then we take a turn picking anyone else. And you got to imagine these people are in their prime. Okay, so it's not like 50-something-year-old Jordan.
Okay,
this is in their prime, and then you can pick any other NBA player that's ever played in their prime.
Wow.
Okay, so we're picking those.
Okay.
No. Okay, I've changed it. I'm sorry.
Okay,
we're picking one of them, and then for the third person on the team, it has to be someone who has played on the same team with either of these guys, and you get them in their prime.
What?
Yep. Go.
All right, I'm going to go with LeBron, obviously. That's who I pick.
Okay. Dang it.
First.
I don't want Michael Jordan to cuss at me. He's going to get so mad at me. But I'm a pass first guy. I'm not a good shooter, and I know that. So I'm definitely going to pass.
He will pass.
Okay, well, I guess I'll pick Jordan because you picked LeBron.
Man, I was going to pick Manute Bol.
Well,
and now
I don't know if he ever played with them.
No,
I don't think he did.
I don't think
you get
so.
Bol.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, just
in their prime.
In their prime,
You're talking about
anybody
in their
who's ever
prime.
played with one of these dudes.
And they it's not that they can't be on the same team like in another era. You're saying it has to be that they
played with
together.
Jordan or LeBron on the same team. Now, I think LeBron's played with better people. He's had better co-stars. Like you got Pippen.
Yeah, I know who mine's going to be.
Okay, who?
It's Kyrie.
You got Kyrie?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Great. Cool. He's shorter. I mean, I have to guard Kyrie. Thanks, man. Okay.
Well, I was honestly what I was going to say. I was going to say Dwayne Wade, but
that'd have been a good one.
I was like, I think Kyrie is better in his prime than D Wade.
That's good. I'm gonna go with Shaq. I'm so scared that I said him earlier as a teammate, but he played with LeBron in Cleveland for a hot minute, but he was out of his prime. I want Shaq in his prime.
You could have picked either side.
I'm talking Lakers Shaq.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, bro. We win. I got Jordan.
There's no way. Yeah,
Shaq's a top 10 player of all time. You picked who? Kyrie. He's not a top 20 player of all time.
Oh my Lord.
He had one good shot in the finals over the best player ever.
That's the only shot I need him to make.
Well,
that shot.
You ain't gonna get to it because I got the biggest clutch player of all time.
He could. Oh my!
And then I got a guy who can rebound and put it back. And you ain't. Who's
no?
Okay.
No. When Shaq falls down, who's gonna pick him up?
He's in his prime.
Not Jordan.
He doesn't fall down. My man
he
makes you fall down.
Rims.
I'm gonna dunk and pull forward. And you're gonna put that on a tennis shoe.
I don't know what that dunk was that you just did, but
it's Shaq's famous dunk.
Yeah.
He's got a statue of it outside of Staples Center. Respect the name.
It's called Crypto.com Center right now. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt Damon. Always plug. How much are they paying him?
The worst commercial.
How much are they paying? He's making so much money. It reminds you that
they
need to make money too.
Bitcoin.
Here's the deal, which is a lot. Okay, who do you guard? Okay, we got our game. All right. Okay, I'll tell you mine. So you've got you, LeBron.
Well,
okay, so Shaq is guarding LeBron.
Yeah,
because he's
I can't pick
taller.
you. I would pick you.
Thanks, bro. But, that would make sense, actually.
That would make sense. But honestly, what I think is it's going to be comical me trying to cover any of you, Jordan.
So we have to guard each other.
I would say I guard Shaq.
Okay.
Because it's going to be comical anyways. So I think I will turn into Kevin Hart.
You and me are closer in height than you and Shaq. You know that, right?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you and me are guarding each other. That makes the most sense.
Okay.
All right. And then I've got Jordan guarding Kyrie and Shaq guarding LeBron. I'm winning this 100%.
There's no way Shaq moves up and down the court that way.
He doesn't have.
We're not playing half court.
We are playing half court. It's 3-on-3.
Have you never said that?
I have played full court 3-on-3. It is exhausting.
I'm trying to.
It is exhausting.
Twist the rules here.
Okay.
I was going to say because no way Shaq makes it up and down that court. as many times.
He doesn't. Well, it's in his prime. Yes, it is. Shaq will take it coast to coast like Space Jam.
All right, so
not Space Jam. Oh, it is Space Ghost, coast to coast.
We need to say who do we think the greatest of all time is?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Do we have to end it on this?
Okay, go.
Am I going?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to let me go first on this one. So I don't want to offend any of our listeners.
Why not? I've literally done it. I'm
going to say something here. I believe that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, but he has simply paved the way, and LeBron will pass him. LeBron will be the greatest of all time.
Yes.
He can't be now, but he could have never been if it wasn't for Michael Jordan.
Yep.
I don't know if that's not even me being politically correct. I think LeBron will surpass him in every one of those categories, off the court, on the court, all of them. Maybe not steals, but he surpasses him in all those.
I think I'm 100% in agreement with you. I think that right now Jordan is the GOAT. He is the greatest who has ever played the game. Yeah. That's because LeBron's stats are all in pencil. Everything we read for Jordan, it's in ink.
Yeah.
Okay, except for maybe another divorce. Like everything else is in ink and the gambling.
Yeah.
So it's like he's not going to get any more stats. LeBron is still he is going to be the top scorer of all time. He's going to be number one in points. He's not going to ever beat the assist record with John Stockton, but he's going to be the number one in all these individual categories. Yeah. If we are looking at the greatest team ever, you're looking at Jordan's team or you're looking at the Warriors. So it's like not LeBron. I get that.
Yeah.
But we're talking about the greatest single player of all time. Yeah. You're not going to be able to argue. And here's the thing that I always remind people. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, we didn't even bring him up as a potential GOAT. He has how many championships in college and in the pros?
Yeah.
He was the greatest player. He had the unstoppable shot with the sky hook. He has the number one points of all time. He is arguably should be in consideration for Bill Russell should be in consideration. He's won more championships. If that's what we're rating it on,
so why don't
he has
we?
more championships than all of them, almost combined. And that's the thing. You look at those two, we don't talk about them. You know why?
Why?
Because the guys that watch them play aren't on the news. They're not the ones talking. Right now, who's hosting all these shows? Guys like my age that grew up watching Jordan, we have the nostalgia factor. In 10 years, the guys that are going to be up there on the stage debating and talking and all that, they're going to grow up idolizing LeBron. Luka Doncic didn't idolize Jordan. He idolized LeBron.
Yeah.
These guys coming into the league now, LeBron was their guy that they emulated. Steph is going to be the guy they emulate.
Yeah.
These players, we're going to talk about the people that mattered to us growing up. And I think in 10 years, everybody that's going to have a platform is going to have grown up knowing LeBron's the greatest of all time. They're not going to talk about Jordan. D-Wade just came up with a quote on this like yesterday.
Really?
He talked about how like in 10, 15 years, those guys will have grown up. Jordan will be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to them.
Wow.
That's who he's going to be. And so if you want to talk about investments, invest in the LeBron rookie card.
There you
Chrome
go. There you go.
Topps refractor.
All right. We did it.
We did it. We just settled the debate once and for all.
I think we did.
I liked it. Do you think we made it?
I do.
Who's LeBron and who's Jordan in this partnership? Out of you and me.
Which one do you want to be?
I want to punch you in the face so
That's me, Steve Kerr.
Be my Steve Kerr. I can be Jim Caviezel.
Oh my gosh.
All right, I'm just kidding. Cool. Good game, everybody. Hey,
Good job.
we did it.
Yep.
We did. This is our 1996 Bulls team right here. You and me, bro.
All of you guys. Hey.
I'll be your Pippen all day, bro. I'll be your Kyrie.
Thank you.
Hey, man. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk.
Yeah. Bye. It was a good sound effect.
Thanks for listening to the Explain Everything podcast. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Explain Everything Podcast. We're on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, but you're already here. We love you. No, actually, we're in love with you. Thanks for coming on our TED Talk. Bye.